What's up everyone, my name is Destructions. Thanks for tuning into my channel, and welcome to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 commentary, where I talk about things in my life, as well as what's on my mind. Now, if you've been with me for even a few months, then you'll know that I post a lot of content other than Call of Duty from time to time. And most of that content has been Dance Dance Revolution and Pump It Up, which are two of my passions outside of Call of Duty. This is because they have been integral parts of my life, and I wanted to take some time to share my history with those two games with you. And in particular, I wanted to share my passion for rhythm and music and how they come together in the rhythm music game genre. In this fun little video, I wanted to share my experiences with DDR and Pump It Up and my history with them, especially with dance games, which I played the most. In the background are going to be 7 m.o.a.b streaks. The first one's going to be a 16 streak on Dome with Infinite Shocks getting a m.o.a.b. The second one's going to be an 18 on Bakara. The third one's going to be an 18 on Outpost. The fourth one's going to be a 19 on Terminal on the Xbox 360. The fifth one's going to be a 21 on Terminal where I spawn trapped the A flag. The sixth one is going to be a 22 on Terminal where I picked the wrong fight. The last one's going to be a 22 on Hard Hat with some of my friends. So let's start off with some definitions. Rhythm games are a genre of music-themed video game that challenges a player's sense of rhythm. You have to perform certain actions based on the timing and rhythm of songs. A dance game is a special type of rhythm game where you use your feet to hit certain notes to songs. So growing up as a young kid, I always loved music and I also loved exercise. And I found myself very frequently just dancing to music or, just dance pop songs, on the radio, played wherever that I really enjoyed. And that spirit has really carried with me through my childhood years. So fast forward to the summer before 6th grade. I participated in a summer camp where we went to different places around the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area, and one of those places was Rehoboth Beach. For that particular day, I believe I got into trouble because I think I lost something, and the camp counselors instructed me to stay with them and basically forbade me to go out into the beach. I only had $5 at the time, so I just didn't have any money to buy anything because I needed to save that money for dinner on the way back. So I just roamed around on the boardwalk and I went into this arcade. I couldn't buy anything, I couldn't play anything because I only had $5. But I remember myself sitting next to an arcade machine that was green. It had a green marquee, it had dance pads, it had a bunch of lights, and it was really mesmerizing to me. And I just remember the shape of the logo, which turned out to be Dance Dance Revolution Extreme. DDR Extreme was one of the most ubiquitous machines back in the 2000s and early 2010s. You could find them pretty much everywhere, in movie theaters, malls, boardwalks, wherever. So that event really put DDR in the back of my mind for some time. And then a year later, I went to another amusement park in the middle of Maryland, and there was a DDR machine there, DDR Extreme machine to be specific. Now, this time I actually got the opportunity to play it, and I was so excited, I was so just energized by it that it really stuck with me. So the summer after my 6th grade year, I decided to download StepMania and start to simulate DDR on my computer. And with that, StepMania had some step mixes, which included the very famous Gargoyle by Sanction 7, which you definitely have heard on my channel. So the more StepMania I played, the more I wanted to learn about DDR, which is the game that it ultimately simulated. Fast forward to the summer after 8th grade. I craved DDR so much that I was able to convince my parents to go to GameStop and buy the DDR for the Xbox 360, which at that time was DDR 2010. So honestly, this is how I really got started on Xbox. Because without DDR, I never would have been on Xbox 360. I played DDR every night as a form of exercise, and I got very good at it. And sometimes I did crave for the arcade editions, but I didn't really know where the arcades were. And then a year after I got DDR for the Xbox 360, I got Modern Warfare 2, and that's how I got into the Call of Duty community, and the rest is history. That's pretty much the majority of the content on my channel, in the present state of this channel. Now fast forward to the summer after my junior year in college. It was at that time that I found that there was an arcade named Dave & Buster's, and that was located about 35 minutes south of my home. And surprise, surprise, it contained DDR Ace. DDR Ace was the DDR game that really revitalized the US DDR community. So it was not only the most updated version of DDR, but it also connected us with the rest of the world. So I played there for that summer and a little bit in the following year. But unfortunately, that Dave & Buster's transferred this DDR machine from our location to all the way across the country into California. And we were very sad. For a couple months, I was without a dance game. But in July of that same year, a Dave & Buster's opened up about 15 minutes north of my home. So it was much closer than the one that was 35 minutes away. And it contained Pump It Up, which was another dance game that was very similar in concept, but had very different gameplay mechanics. So at that point, I said to myself, I don't want to travel 1 hour, maybe 1 hour and 30 minutes just for DDR when I can play Pump It Up 15 minutes from my home. And it was kind of a mental barrier for me to just restrict myself to DDR and not Pump It Up. So I gave Pump It Up a try, and I started from the very bottom, just as I did from DDR. I actually progressed very quickly because I had the foundations for DDR, and they just kind of transferred over to Pump It Up once I learned the moves and once I learned the techniques. And ever since that summer, I've been mainly a Pump It Up player because of the availability of Pump It Up in relation to DDR. The simple fact is, Pump It Up is just way more prevalent and way easier to get access to than DDR. So now with that history out of the way, I wanted to talk about why it's important to me. And the number one thing that is important to me is the music. I've always loved trance. I've always loved hardcore. I've always loved techno. I've never been really able to find the right medium for that kind of music until DDR came along. I've always had a soft spot for 150 BPM, 155 BPM trance songs. And that's kind of what I've really enjoyed growing up. And Pump It Up and DDR are two games that consistently provide that kind of music to me. The second reason that I enjoy Pump It Up and DDR is exercise. I've been a pretty active person and I really like to sweat it out. I like to do some cardio, I like to do lift weights, and Pump It Up and DDR are the perfect ways to burn calories and have fun at the same time. It's not like just running on a treadmill for 30 minutes, listening to music, but you're ultimately just there repeating the same motions for 30 minutes. DDR allows for some variety, allows for some different types of movements while you're actually doing cardio. So that's been very helpful for me as well. But I think the third reason, and probably the most important reason that I keep playing DDR and Pump It Up, is the community that is behind it. I really enjoy interacting with and playing with a lot of friends. And I've gotten to know a ton of friends that have helped me to push for better, to push for harder, to improve. It's actually a funny story. I worked at a research lab for 2 years, and one of my colleagues, he had a son and he had a daughter. And at the same time, I was playing Pump It Up on a regular basis in the Dave & Buster's 15 minutes near my home. And I kept running into this guy who was very good and was a regular there. And one day I connected the dots and thought that maybe these two people, the colleague of mine and that player, was related. And so I did a little bit of research. I asked around to both people and actually found out that they were father and son. So yeah, I somehow got to know a family friend through Pump It Up and through my work independently, which is so crazy and so just amazing at the same time. As a side note, what I found interesting is that some of my Modern Warfare 3 friends who I play with on a regular basis also play rhythm games. I know my man 2M-Boy, he loves to play Pump It Up, DDR, and poppin' music. And my man Kiroxen, he used to be very good at Osu, and he expressed interest in going back to Osu from time to time. And he used to be very good at it. And Osu is another one of those very big and very famous rhythm games on the internet. So I guess I'm not alone. Rhythm games are more popular than I originally thought. And finally, I wanted to end this commentary with a couple of reasons why you should try DDR or Pump It Up. Number one is exercise. If you want to get up and moving, if you want to lose some weight, if you wanted to improve your cardio, vascular resistance, and strength, then DDR and Pump It Up are good ways to help you do that in a very fun way. Number two, discovering new music. DDR and Pump It Up have huge libraries of music and that have really accrued over the years. And I would say that you would be able to find something that you like over there. DDR is more Japanese, is published by Konami, so you might be able to find some Japanese tunes that you like. On the contrary, Pump It Up is published by m.o.a.b, a Korean company, and they do feature a lot of K-pop. So if you're into K-pop, Korean culture, you might find something that you like with Pump It Up. And as a personal note, I don't listen to a ton of pop music these days. I listen to a lot of DDR songs, a lot of Pump It Up songs, a lot of Bimani songs, basically Konami's rhythm game family that includes DDR. And that's why I put these songs in the background of my gameplays for my MOABs, because I wanted to share my type of music and my interest with you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much this commentary and this video. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to my perspectives. And if you find anything in this video to be confusing or you want some clarification, feel free to drop it down in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. And also for this summer, I hope to post a couple of Pump It Up videos of some of my achievements. So look forward to that, and I might upload them maybe Wednesdays or Fridays. As always, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like this video, share with your friends, and if you're new around here, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you on the next one.
Oh! Where's this person? Where's this person? Yes. Ah, it's gonna be me running around. Oh.
Losing Alpha. We lost A.
I don't know what I'm on, but I was so close, bro. I was so close.